My name's Trigger Faye. This is my song Lone Wolf Blues, and you're listening to the Tri-Cities mixtape, honey.
So sharp, you can slit your wrist with it. While in Tacoma, that's forever my city. P&W going up, you know what is up. Punchlines got your face scrunched up like a pug. Pussy boy say, you don't finna make it rapping. Working late nights just like Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, but I don't ever respond. I'm finna be platinum cause I got it going on. If you ain't rocking with the vision, then you better be blind. If you saw the shit I'm doing and you ain't catching vibes, you more than a hater, more than complacent. You can't fuck with nothing without your face on it. I'm telling everybody if y'all on my level, and I ask if you dig it, would you pass me the shovel? Then I got you for life. I'll ride for my dogs. I don't need a dentist, but I promise I'll floss. Yeah, now shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, now shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, one time for a pill, I said, yeah, shake your motherfucking ass. Yeah, now shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, now shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, I love to see the thing move. What? Yeah, I shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, I shake that motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, I shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah,
I love to see the thing move.
And let me tell you a little story about a bitch named. I met her on Tinder and this is what she asked me. You so fine, boy, hit my line. I wanna find out what Lil D's like. I said, alright, add me on Snap. She holler first, I holler back. When we link up, I know she tryna smash. Then she sat on me and she shook her fucking ass. Yeah.
Y'all know what to do.
Shake that motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, now shake that motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, I love to see the thing move. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. What? Shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, one time for a pure say. What? Yeah, yeah. Shake that motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah, shake your motherfucking ass, bitch. Yeah.
I love to see that thing move.
Walk, don't run to me. Just let me sit alone a spell. Talk like you never knew me. Oh, don't I know that feeling well? You're worth the trouble. You're worth the pain. And if it hurts, I've only got myself to blame. Never suited the kind of life we hope to make, drifting uprooted without another hand to take. You're worth the struggle, you're worth the strain, but if it hurts, I've only got myself to blame. Don't run to me. Just let me sit alone a spell. Talk like you never knew me. Or don't I know that feeling well? We're worth the struggle, we're worth the pain. And if it hurts, we've only got ourselves to blame.
Welcome back to the Tri-Cities Mixtape. My name is Miguel Ortiz. I am here with
Vic Williamson.
And today we have two special guests. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of format. It's going to be a hybrid of interview. We're going to interview our two guests here, and we're also going to be playing submitted songs from artists. So today, from Alcon Media, we have Ulises
Navarro.
Ulises. Oh, let me try. Ulises.
Yeah,
Ulises. All right. I'll try to.
Almost there.
Yeah. I'll try to sound like
a Mexican.
Again, I do want to get into that. It's going to be definitely conversation.
Your work today.
Yeah, Ulises. Today we have from Alcon Media, Ulises Navarro and
Sergio Acuña. That's a little bit harder.
Sergio.
That's a little bit harder.
Sergio Acuña.
There you go.
Sergio. Okay, so let's start with Sergio. What do you do for Alcon Media?
I'm actually in charge of the news that Alcon Media is giving to the community.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we are in charge of giving the community all the information regarding immigrations, regarding the city councils and the school boards that are super important in our community. So that's what I'm doing right now.
But what is your job specifically?
Oh, I'm the journalist. I'm the journalist for Alcon Media.
Okay,
yes.
Right on. All right, we'll come back to get more in depth. And why don't you tell us your role in Alcon Media?
Yeah, I'm Ulises Navarro. I'm the boss. I'm the big jefe of Alcon Media. So I'm who pay everybody there. And but I'm the CEO. I'm chief operation manager and everything you want to say and like the boss. But mostly I am in charge of development for social justice work there on Alcon Media too.
Okay.
So, we do a lot of like social justice content for our community.
Yeah.
So I am who's in charge of all that too.
And all your content is Spanish, right? Spanish language?
It's bilingual, actually. Yeah. So if you guys like to know about what's happening in your school boards and your city council, local government, and actually with migration and other stuff, we do it English and Spanish.
Oh, right on. So, like I said, before we get into your guys' origin stories, can you tell us more about, Alcon Media, why it was started and its service? I know you said to share information and be in news for Spanish-speaking people and focused on that community or resources for that community specifically. I'll shut up and let you answer. Sorry.
Well, Alcon Media, actually, I start with Clandestino course. I don't know if you know, but I have a podcast called Clandestino course that I start a couple like years ago.
Oh yeah, right.
When I was in and I was like before the pandemic probably.
Yeah. So you got your start in podcast.
I started in podcast with Clandestino course. This is my company now that I do a lot of content too. But Alcon Media was already a company of radio stations.
Oh, okay.
They have La Ranchera Radio. There's like a ranchera music, 104.5.
Oh my God!
And
that
I was
just took me back to being in Sony, my tias and tios cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, oh my God!
That's it. That's the station when every viejito and viejita
Yes.
listen to. And I really love Mexican music. You know, I'm Mexican, but I really love that station because, first of all, it's really pure folkloric music, Mexican music.
Yeah.
And actually, it's the first station that I started like working with big projects for expanding community work, you know, through media, you know, mostly. I started with La Ranchera in 2022.
Yeah.
With these farm workers, UFC, and all the content for farm workers. Mm-hmm. And in May of 2023, Alcon Media buy another company called Ego Media, and we purchased 7 FM radio stations. So in the lapse of 2 years, a year and a half, we grew up really significantly. Mm-hmm. And all the work that we've been doing is through radio stations like Radio Lobo 99.5, La Gran X is like 104.9 and 94.1. Yeah,
okay.
We managed that one too.
That's why you're dressed like you own the place. Okay.
And we have La Fiera on 100.1 and La Ranchera. Absolutely, that is my baby. You know.
Yeah.
Me and my boss Salvador Rodriguez.
Well, what was your first role in the radio station, or as part of?
Manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my boss and we have a really good relationship as partners. I'm not my partner. I work for him, but he's been taking care of me since I started doing my own projects.
Right.
So he trusts on me, his company, and I've been managing this Alcon Media for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is beautiful that sometimes some people just need to be given a shot to show what they can do.
Yeah.
And
And we've been creating amazing things for the community. You know, right now we have partnerships with Tumbleweed magazine.
Oh yeah, right.
With Sarah Quinn.
Shout out to Tumbleweed. Shout out to Sarah. We interviewed her, Vic and I.
Love them, yeah.
Yeah, we have a partnership with her. We have El Vuelo Informativo. There's all the Spanish content from Tumbleweed.
Right.
We created, we produce it, and we share it too. And we have partnerships with other organizations that they are fighting for the rights of the Hispanic community and LGBTQ community.
Right.
So basically, Salvador told me, do whatever you feel is the right thing to do. This is the station. This is everything. You know, the resources are here.
Right.
And I've been just trying to do the right thing and actually make a good business.
Yeah.
You know.
So as what Alcon Media does now, aside from those radio stations, is the content you produce is news information?
Yeah, mostly it's news information. You know, like we try to educate and empower our community.
Right. Yeah.
You know, trying to learn about the young people issues. You know, too, because we know they know what is gonna happen in the future. They are the future now. So we're trying to build something they can trust as a media company. Because right now you go to the news broadcasting, you go to the radio stations, you go to newspapers, you know, and you find just fake news and
Right.
We had a fault. We broke our truce. Thought you were mine, but I was being used. It took a while for me to see that you weren't seeing only me. I wish that I could say that I didn't feel the pain. The scars that you left me are still stuck in my brain. But you still get me now, and I just can't shut you out. 'Cause I still want you. you cannot say that you still love me the way I loved you. I just wanna know what you're thinking, 'cause you must feel the burden, yeah, you must feel the pain. And if you don't, then you don't belong in this place. I wish that I could say that I didn't feel the pain. The scars that you left me are still stuck in my brain. But you still get me now, and I just can't shut you out, 'cause I still want you. Pick up the phone. I left you 36 messages. Tell me, are you alone? You moved on too fast. You took my heart, shattered it into a million pieces. But I still want you bad. You moved on too fast. I close my eyes and hope that you won't understand. Hope you don't think that I'm your number one fan. I'm a hater that loves you. If you gave me the chance, yeah, I would take your hand. Take me out to some type of magic land. I'm blinded by your so-called love. I wish that I could say that I didn't feel the pain. The scars that you left me are still stuck in my brain. But you still get me now, and I just can't shut you out, 'cause I still want you. Pick up the phone. I left you 36 messages. Tell me, are you alone? You moved on too fast. You took my heart, shattered it into a million pieces. But I still want you bad. You moved on too fast. On too fast. Why do I? 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 Saying that I need to slow down, didn't take it to heart. Caught up in the matters of the heart. Why do I? Why do I? Why do I? Why do I? Do I slow down only when my heart's breaking? Why don't only hear when the world's crashing? Why don't I love me when I'm happy? I lose me over and over. Forget about me till it's over. Just to repeat the same pattern. Why do I? Why do I? Why don't I love myself when I'm happy? Love myself when I'm happy. Why do I love myself when I'm happy? Why do I? Why do I? Why do I? Hit the gym, yeah, I'm trying to be better. I make friends, yeah, I'm trying to forget you. Did I do it for me? Do I love myself truly? Or am I just drowning myself in fake community? I'm too scared to be alone. I'm too scared to sleep alone. I'm too scared. Why do I need someone to fulfill me? Why do I rely on my codependency? I
I'm in my 20-somethings in the blank space between heartbreak and healing. And I'm constantly evolving. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. This time I wanna love you and choose you without sacrificing who I've come to be. I wanna love you without sacrificing me. Love you without sacrificing me. Slow down only when my heart's breaking. Why don't I hear when the words crash? Why don't I love me when I'm happy? Why do I slow down only when my heart's breaking? Why don't I hear when the words crash? Why don't I love me when I'm happy? Why? Why do all these feelings are fleeting? I'll find myself again, but my heart is breaking. Do I lose myself again? Why do I always end up like you? What's the root of all my fears? I choose me, I love you. I choose you, I love you. When I'm sad and when I'm happy. Heartbreaking, but I'm healing. Why do I?
Ay, sound a little different, you feel me? Ay, mira, esta canción es pa' mi gente. Puro mexicano, mi sangre es bien fuerte. No soy de problemas conmigo, no te metes. Putazos peligrosos, despiertas sin dientes. Soy una persona que no se falta respeto. Siempre tengo gracias por tener lo que yo tengo. Dios es el único papá en el cielo. Puedo hacer mis negocios sin miedo. Y por todos los putos que están hablando de mí. Say that shit to my face, we gon' run the fake G. No tengo miedo de nadie, and I hear my 45 calling. A vatos bien enojados, I made myself ballin'. Muchas cosas en mi mente that don't let your boy sleep. Right around in my city, everybody know me. Finna fly out to Califas, go and see my family. Riding with my tío in a vet, puffin' on tree. Mira, esta canción es pa' mi gente. Puro mexicano, mi sangre es bien fuerte. No soy de problemas conmigo, no te metes. Putazos peligrosas, despiertas sin dientes. Barring out so kid that I had to cut it up. I'm getting smart with the money, had to double up. They say I got that bomb shit, bang for your buck. Lil' taste test, homie, got your mouth on numb. They want me to talk, but I'm pleading the fifth. Loyalty and respect, man, you get what you give. People around you ain't really what they say. Keep your mouth shut and observe all they game. Homies from the pinta talking about how you snitch. I don't got the paperwork, don't know if it's legit. Word spreads around town, they coming with the questions. Keep my distance from you snitches, don't be in my section. Mira, esta canción es pa' mi gente. Puro mexicano, mi sangre es bien fuerte. No soy de problemas conmigo, no te metes. Putazos peligrosos, despiertas sin dientes. Mira, esta canción es pa' mi gente. Puro mexicano, mi sangre es bien fuerte. No soy de problemas conmigo, no te metes. Putazos peligrosos, despiertas sin dientes.
Alarming things, you know, things that is gonna be like always a big fear for you, you know. Every time that you find it's like, oh, war, explosions, and death, and this and that, but what about like if we address that kind of issues, but we also propose something positive, no?
Right.
Something that we can use to not to attack, to like contrastar, you know, contrast that kind of issues.
Yeah.
So as well, Commedia does. We produce all the content. We try to be there. We're trying to find foundings and products and organizations and companies they want to do the same as we do.
Right.
So we can create a safe space, environmental space, so for the young people, for people, you know, for everybody. Again, we work for the LGBTQ plus community. We work for the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get in contact with our Arab community too, so they can have a space, a for them too. So yeah, basically we're trying to open a media company for everybody who's a minority or
Well, yeah, I've that's something that I've noticed, that like if you are part of a marginalized group, I don't see how you don't support any other marginalized group, because I know there's a lot of homophobia, transphobia, and racism within people of color, you know?
Like, I try to be very active with multiple communities as well. I'm very active with the LGBTQ plus community as well, doing volunteering with that. And we always highlight intersectionality. Like, people who are supporting the LGBTQ community are also in support of, you know, others that are going through struggles, other races, people that are, you know, disabilities, accessibility focused. Like, that community and any other communities that are supporting each other, they highlight intersectionality, which is the highlight of we're all getting screwed in some kind of way. Let's come together and do something about it.
We definitely have, sadly, common enemies, but also common goals.
Yeah, that's really great to hear how inclusive that you have all of your media efforts being. So are y'all still active in the podcast space, or is that something that you still intend to dabble with at some point in the future? Or?
I do still am active. Personally, I use my podcast right now as a tool to express myself. You know, working with politics, working with social justice, working with different environments. Sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes it's really drain your energy, drain yourself, because you know, you can find like a lot of people is just like looking for the benefits, and that's upsetting. Sometimes you know how it is. You know is sometimes you believe like this person is a great leader, and you find that he's just for money or just using the platform and everything. It's stressful. It's a fight. You know, to be a social justice advocate is a real fight, and sometimes drain me. In my podcast, I use my podcast to express myself. Sometimes my feelings. You know, to express a little bit of philosophy, I've been using it most like a personal space to express what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking in the moment. And it's a therapy thing, you know. It's really therapeutic, because it helped me, you know, to relieve a little bit. We need to relieve. Sometimes therapy is really expensive. You need to find another place. As writing, you know, poetry or anything else, like that podcast, I've been using it for that. So if you go right now to Clandestino course, you're gonna find like just me talking about a lot of like stuff that I've been feeling lately and stuff like that, you know.
That's awesome. At the moment.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But so how did Sergio? How did you get started in journalism, and how did that lead you to Alcon Media?
Well, I actually met at Ulises in Seattle. Well, I mainly am from Seattle. I'm from Highland College, and I've been
shout out to Highland College.
Heck yeah! And I've been advocating for college for people that doesn't have the opportunities, that they don't have money, and most important than everything, we don't have the status. We are immigrants, so we don't qualify for many resources that the United States have from us. So,
not to be too much of that bitch, but isn't it funny that like that's always the thing? People are like, they're giving everything. They give everything to the immigrants and to the Mexicans, and I don't know where that came from, but like nobody's ever given me a check just for being brown.
Yeah, it's just misinformation.
It's information.
You know?
It's information. Actually, FAFSA, it's a really good tool. We also have WASFA, but the truth behind it is that as soon as you get good grades, you are good to go. The hard part is getting your right foot going. That's the hard part. You know, many of our community, they only speak Spanish. So that's the first issue. In my school, I was doing volunteering for the entry advising and workforce billing department. So I was able to get the resources in English and then translate it to Spanish for the community, because many people doesn't know them. For example, let me give you one interesting one that my school has. If you are part of the Promise program in my school, who is from non-binary, black, only males, you can get up to $1,000 for you to spend it however you want. But how many people does know that information? Not many. Not many. So that's where the support came out. Do we need somebody that speaks Spanish? We need somebody that speaks German. We need somebody that speaks French. The United States is really diverse. So that's how I met Ulises.
All right.
Oh yeah.
That's meant to be.
I catch him. He was like, this guy have talent. He has you know, potential. I need to take him before somebody else catch him. Yeah, and I mean, he's really young. He's 24 years old now, and he wants to work, you know. You know, I've been in this company again like 3 years, almost 3.5, And it's been hard to me to find people who want to work. To be honest, let's be honest. It's really hard to find employees or people they want to like work and feel part of any project. You know, there's so many things that I've been like trying to do is involve more people to feel part of the project. You know, the project Alcon Media is for everybody. But not everybody really feel part of the Alcon Media, right? So him as an immigrant too, I feel like he take the opportunity and he's been working, he's been open to learn and being open to like fix and grow up and mature. And it's really cool when you find somebody who like hear about you, like put attention about you because you want to teach him how to like be better, you know. And I mean, I'm not like I'm a master or anything like that, but I really have an idea because I've been doing this for a couple years now, and I want him to like with this potential to like success, you know, be successful and feel happy about what he's doing, you know.
Right.
Feel some achievement, and it's really good when you feel achievement, you know, when you achieve anything and you feel like, oh, I did this and I'm helping and I'm working and I'm making money and everything. And I wish everybody can feel like that all the time. Any place that they work, you know, even in a restaurant or the fields or anywhere, you can like feel like that, your happiness, you know.
But I mean, it's been pretty well proven that if you treat your workers or your people well, that's what, you know, successful companies that aren't exploiting people, that's how they are successful.
Yeah.
You take care of your people.
Even more so companies that uplift the community in the way that y'all are doing. You start seeing that money go to places that it needs to be going, for these scholarships, for all of these various resources throughout school and the workforce. All of a sudden your whole community is uplifted, and this country needs more of everybody. In reality, we really don't have room to be discriminating roles for, you know, ineligibility or a language barrier.
Right. But you guys have both mentioned immigrants or immigration or migrating. Where were y'all born? Start, Ulises.
I'm born in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Okay.
I'm a tapatillo, like the salsa.
Oh yeah.
And
you know that guy?
Yeah, I know him. I'll show him. He's my uncle, but I didn't want to say it because I'm real ashamed because I don't have the same mustache last time. I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. I grew up there. I came to the United States when I was 21 years old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm already 32.
What was your, I guess, idea of what America was, and then versus now that you've been here for 10 years or more or whatever?
Look, I'm a philosopher, right?
Okay.
In the beginning, like, I was like, let's go to play the Hollywood game, you know?
Okay.
You know, let's play. I know my uncles told me at the time, like, I have family in California. My dad used to live in California. It's a funny story. My dad came to the United States 3 years, and he said, fuck that shit. A la verga, dijo. No, I go back to my country, and I work hard there, and I want to be... My papa told me, hey, mijo, like, it's the same. You just work hard here. It's going to be the same. You're going to be happier here. But if you want to go ahead. God bless you. You know, and there, I've been here 11 years. I started working on the fields. Okay. You know, for 4 or 5 years, I work on the fields. I came to work, pick apples, pick cherries, and the asparagus, you know, everything like... Yeah. I drove a truck with potatoes. I work in Nebraska. I went to Nebraska to work in construction. I work in restaurants. I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff trying to find, you know, different pathways, different salaries and everything. But my idea was like the Hollywood thing, you know? Like, you come here and you make a lot of money and you blah, blah, blah. Nobody told me they had to have a good credit, you know, like to live well. And... That's the grown idea as an immigrant. When we come here, we see our uncles and our family being wealthy, but then the truth behind is you're a slave of this system. You don't ever stop working. You never stop worrying about the money that you need to make to pay the bills, to pay that, to save money for any medical issue, any payment. If you get fired, you like, for example, the pandemic. Mm-hmm. That was I think was one of the. I mean, it's been like 4 years, 5 years now, but still is almost 6, right? But it's still, it's been like the open eye for so many people here, you know? Mm-hmm. The reality about like the real America, you know, the real United States, because America is a continent, come on. Mm-hmm. And the real United States of America is, we are not wealthy. We are just in a bubble, you know, in this bubble that we produce and produce and produce and produce for the wealthies, for the real wealthy, you know?
Yeah.
So my idea has been always like, well, I want to make money and save and go back. Like, I've been here 11 years, and I can tell that I'm thinking about to go back soon.
Right.
Yeah, to Mexico.
Está hasta Santa Rosa, California, y dice: voy a escribir unos versos, traigo la pluma en la mano, va dedicada a un amigo del pueblo muy mencionado. Él radica en California, Santa Rosa es el condado. Siempre lo miran pasear con plebitas a su lado, en una troquita blanca el señor es respetado, de sombrero y bien vestido, con guaraches de huetamo. Agradecido con Dios por todo lo que le ha dado, siempre carga un San Juditas para que lo ande cuidando, porque el trabajo que tiene, la vida se anda rifando. Y hay un saludito para Miguel Rueda, de parte de Diferente, hasta Santa Rosa, California. En la sierra siembra mota y la mota le da verdes. El compita Miguel Rueda sabe gozar de placeres, con amigos y los güeros, también con lindas mujeres. El pueblo de Churumuco, ejido la comisión, saben bien que pa' tenerlo el compa se la rifó. ahora tiene y no presume, porque él no es un fanfarrón. Le gusta escuchar corridos, porque el compás muy alegre. Donde quiera tiene amigos, que lo que habla lo sostiene. Por eso el compás es valioso, y por todo lo que tiene. Y ya con esta me despido, ya me voy para la sierra. Santa Rosa, California, se despide Miguel Rueda. Se llegó la temporada, ya se va a sembrar más hierba.
My wife's family says the same thing. Sorry, just coming in. They're first generation Chinese, so they came straight from China, and then my wife and her siblings are the only ones that were born here in the U.S. But after all this time, they're doing very well for themselves and whatnot, like all these properties, houses, money, everything. But they're like, we're gonna retire and go back to China. Like, America's great and all, but all this credit, all this complexities to living. She's like, I think I'm just gonna go back to carrying buckets of water from the river and live my simple life without being owned by all the credit and my mortgage and all of this stuff. She's like, I mean, it may not be as grand and great of a life, but it's a much simpler life, and I can die happy without stress and leaving my kids debt and stuff. So I was like, you gotta think about it. They worked their asses off just to come here, have a family, raise the kids, and then see almost the same thing like your dad said. You know, it's kind of the same thing, bro, with even more complexities to it that this system created. So that's interesting to hear, you know, multiple groups, like multiple families from different places that all immigrated here still have a similar resolution, you know.
Well, yeah, I think the immigrant story is pretty universal, you know, going to a foreign land and, you know, a lot of that stuff, fish out of water, whatever. But Sergio, where were you born, and how did you get
I was a little bit, I'm a little bit far. I'm from Peru, actually.
Oh, you're from Peru?
Yeah, I'm a little bit far. I grew up like listening waltz music, cumbia music, the good stuff. That's what I call them.
Cumbia.
Some Creole music over there. Yeah, those are my times. I still remember like it was yesterday. But I came here in December 2020.
Okay.
3 years, almost 4, we can say.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. As many immigrants, we came here with the idea of, hey, the American dream and this and that, like in my country. You always watch the movies, and in all the movies you see like New York, Los Angeles. Wow, many fancy cars. And when you come here, well, that's true. But what they don't show you is the other places. The other places that the media doesn't show. And you are like, oh, I didn't thought it was like that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's where you get in. When I first came here in 2020, I started working at construction. You know, I always wanted to work, and as many other countries, in my country, it was a little bit hard to get a job.
Yeah.
Same thing with education, but that's globally. So when I first came here, I went to isolation. And I stayed doing that over 2 years until gracefully I would say, well, they're part of my village too. And they taught me that in this country, hard work can make you a good living, but we should also focus on studying. So that's why after 2 years of doing isolation, crawl spaces, attics, you know, roofing, good thing, my village told me, hey, Sergio, I started just like you. I came to the United States when I was 20, 21, and I said to myself, I'm going to start working on construction. I'm going to do it 5 years, back to my country. And they will look at me at the eyes and they will tell me, I've been here 50 years.
You want to stay here forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Just like that. And I think that was my eye-opening. So I started going to college and I started to try to help people just like me. Hey, you're feeling deep in life right now? I know, we are all been there, but let's make it together. Let's try to make it happen. So that's my journey.
Okay, so you guys were both adults when you came into this country.
I think so.
Yeah, you were. I did the math. I just looked it up. Was there, issues assimilating as far as language barriers? Also, Peruvian Spanish is different than Mexican Spanish, right? Did you get made fun of a lot for some of the way you say some words?
Let me be honest with you. I train a little bit. Since I came to the United States, I had at least like 7 different bosses, which it's Mexicans, Russians, and then Asians. Okay. So from my perspective, once I was working with Russians, it was really tough. I didn't understand anything because they would yell you in Russian, and I was like, what? And he was like, suka, suka. And I was like, what? And he would be like, I said the ladder, but you said, never mind. Then I went to war with the Asian guys. Same thing. But the funny part is when I started working with my very old brothers, the Mexicans. At first, I thought it was gonna be easy until in the construction they were like, "Hey, can you hand me the tools?" And I was like, "Of course I can hand you the tools. Which tool?" Yeah, that was the hard part. So for example, in my country, the metric thing that you use for to get all the numbers and everything.
Measurements, yeah, rulers.
Measurements. For me, it's called wincha. For them, what is that called?
Una métrica, carnal.
La cinta
de
métrica.
medir. Cinta de medir.
Yeah. So my Mexican boss used to call different stuff in Spanish, and I used to give him different stuff that for me used to make sense.
Right.
And he was, yeah. So it was everything like, we speak Spanish, but it's not the same as Spanish, bro.
You started to do some translating within that.
Oh yeah, it was about getting used to learn more about their words and obviously about where they come from, the culture and everything, because I didn't know that for some Mexicans, be talking like a friend or calling way or something like that, it could be offensive.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I remember once when I went to the Best Buy. We were about to carry some cement blocks. I was with my boss and we were like, highway, with the Mexican other workers, and they were like so nice until his boss came by, and my boss was like, "Good morning, Way," and his boss was like, "You call me Way? You wanna fight?"
Oh shit.
And I was like, what do you mean? I thought you guys were friends. You guys are Mexican. And he's like, "No, he called me Way." So there are a little bit of little things that could be offensive, but in my country, it is not. So it's about getting used to and be really careful.
Cultural issues, right?
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Well, when I came here again, like I was working on the field, so every Mexican work in the field. So that was really funny to find people from Chihuahua, the north of Mexico, the south of Mexico, and like all this fun, and that was really funny, all the time. I already spoke a little bit English from college, so I was like able to help my people to like. For example, like going to Walmart or get some burgers on McDonald's. I mean, my accent was really bad, and white people always is like, "What? And a hamburger? A what? And a hamburger? A hamburger?" Like, fuck you! Like, chinga tu madre, güey. Like the same shit. Like for me, like, "Oh, you want French fries? Oh, French fries." And I was like, "No, man, this is annoying." Like, it's just the only thing that I think sometimes is like I don't know if they do it because it's on purpose.
Right.
Or anything like that, but like that kind of stuff always was like, man, like why Americans don't understand my English? Like, why so hard? Like, probably I'm like, some words that I use, like for example, like I read a lot, so I know a couple Latin and a couple Portuguese and stuff like that. And for example, like some technological or English that is more like, like professional, I think so, from different cognados that we call. They like, for example, I said a word and it's similar in English and in Spanish. It's just like a little bit of the accent change, and they never wanted to understand or like figure it out, and that was really hard too.
Right.
But at least the culture was really, in the beginning I was really happy to be in another new country. But right now I feel like I miss a lot of my country because we have a lot of culture there, Right. We have so much art, culture, opportunities to like, for example, accessibility to art, accessibility to music, to sports,
to food,
like to play any kind of sport, or there the government push you to like learn like karate, boxing, swimming, soccer. You have open spaces where you can practice and socialize with all the community members, and go to like painting and play piano, trumpet, violin, and it's free. Sometimes you have to pay just a little bit. Right. And you can socialize and make groups and meet people like with the same things that you like it. And here is like, that's for rich people, dude. Play hockey, play soccer, that's for rich people.
Right, yeah.
And going to get some tool stuff to go painting and everything. I'm thinking more about the easy to socialize in Mexico and other countries in Latin America and make friends and feel more welcome than here. That was one of the parts that I really still feel really bad because I am used to, and I'm more like socialize. I like to be more around with people that like to talk and hug and, you know, say hi, good morning. Even like, you know, if I don't know you and I say hi, you're gonna like start talking to me about a lot of weird stuff, but it's gonna be like friendly, you know. And here, no, here's too cold blood, you know. Here's like, don't talk to me, I don't know you, like, where you Trump, the blah 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 blah, like Joe Biden and blah blah and all that, and so much division here. And it's hard for somebody who is really like me, you know, like in my city, we are really friendly. If you are walking on the street and you are making carne asada and you are not from the neighborhood and you are asking for food, we give you food and we give you a cerveza. You can drink with us and you can, you know, we make you part of the family of the barrio. You know, we are the barrio. Means like not the neighborhood here. It's like the barrio is. We are the barrio because we make you part of the barrio. We are friendly. We are gonna welcome you all the time. And here, no. Here is like you and me and you know. And it's one of the hard parts that I feel all the time here in the U.S.
Well, the focus on the individual.
Individualism.
That's kind of a big thing here.
Solo in a fast lane. Solo on a bad day. Solo with the cash bay. Solo, I be on my way. Solo in a fast lane. Solo on a bad day. Solo with the cash bay. Solo, I be on my way. Solo for so long, solo, what's going on? Solo, been doing wrong, go ahead, move along. Feeling like a freak show, feeling like a creep show. Go ahead and peep though, take a look inside. Wonder what you'll find. Ain't no peace of mind, ain't no heart that likes to hide. Counting up these L's, getting closer to a win. Say another prayer right before I'm about to sin. Solo, where you been? Ain't seen you in a minute. Somewhere secluded, smoke enough tree that'll really have you stupid. Warren loaded suited, smoke enough tree that'll really have you stupid. Warren loaded suited, skulls on my shirt, got some friends in the dirt. Loyal to the soil, trying to bury all this hurt. All it ever did was get me closer to this earth. Solo, what a shame. Solo, take the blame. Solo, taking aim. Cheat code, reload, had to break the game. Solo, take the blame. I've been taking aim. Cheat code, reload, had to break the game. Had to break the game. Solo in a fast lane. Solo on a bad day. Solo with the cash bay. Solo, I be on my way. Solo in a fast lane. Solo on a bad day. Solo with the cash bay. Solo, I be on my way. Love in the smoke, keeping steady in the air. Rolling up, open up, I don't like to share. Running through these 12s, had to buy another pair. To be the man, you beat the man, boy, I'm Ric Flair. Tables, ladders, chairs, money in the bank. A pad on my back, ain't a soul I can thank. Number one pick, watching all these teams tank. Ain't no celebrations or no claps or no cheers. Fuck the pity party, you could miss me with the tears. I thought Solo died, ain't seen you in some years. I got it out the mud, ain't spill an ounce of love. Go ahead, pull me up, fill up my cup. We can make a toast, I don't brag, I don't boast. Feeling like cat, cause my friend is a ghost. Comfy with the dead, stay clutching on my leg. I stay low, stay bloodshot red. Solo, where you been? Go ahead, tell a friend. Meant to hit your back, I forgot to hit send. Thumbing through his ransom that'll already spent. Big body switching lane, new bitch forget a name. Solo, what a shame. Solo, take the blame. I've been taking aim. Cheat code, reload, had to break the game. Cheat code, reload, had to break the game.
For every magazine that you clip up and redeem, it's another gift I can't make up. I would have thought you'd had enough of me. Well, I'm stagnant and resent, but I'm even with regret. I can never take your breath away, though we try to every day. thoughts. I get silent, at a loss. You notice my disdain, you take away the pain from me. When I crumble, you erase. When the big fall, my headspace. I can never take your breath away, though we try to every day. I love you and I miss you just the same. You're the icing on the cake. It's a sad situation, awfully sad if I must say. When I face isolation, and all I want's for you to stay. It's a sad situation, awfully sad if I must say. When I face isolation, and all I want's for you to stay.
Never wanna be in a place that's never meant for me. Hope it clocks and bleeds in me and feeds on me, no love for me. I had to see there was room in me for you to be everything that a savior should be. Little baby, Jesus told me, I guess I'm not a part of a special plan. You were him denying straight to his face. The life of Messiah, hate the fire, forgiveness. How can I forget this? You promised me salvation, but you took it away. Pretty gun and destiny, effects events surrounding me were all a part of prophecy. The sin of saints and heresy. Little baby, suckle up to your father, you're the chosen one, the promised one. Little baby, Jesus told me, I guess I'm not a part of a special plan. You were him denying straight to his face. The lion, false Messiah, eat the fire, forgiveness. How can I forget this? You promised me salvation, but you took it away. Slave, little slave, motherfucker said slave. Little slave, slave, little slave, motherfucker said slave. Little You think the worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders on and see what life becomes. You think the worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders off and see what life becomes. Motherfucker, think the worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders off and see what life becomes. Think the worst worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders off and see what life becomes. Think the worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders off and see what life becomes. Think the worst is over, but the worst is yet to come. Take your motherfucking blinders off and see what life becomes.
So this Friday, January 10th at Ray's Golden Lions, doors at 8, show at 9. We've got Word Up, me, Grimlock, and Just Barely tearing it down. It's my band Word Up's first show, so definitely be there. You can find us at Word Up PNW on Instagram.
As I've gotten older, I've gotten away from it a lot more because I just realized, why, multi-generational homes aren't a thing as much here, right? Where you have grandma, grandpa, mom and dad, little kids, and even as adults, they all still stay and contribute to the house. But here, they're like, no, each of you get your own house. Pay 4 different mortgages instead of all 4 of you building some beautiful ranch together. Seems to be the idea, but when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I want my shit. You have your shit over there. But I'm like, no, why? My kids are teenagers. They're both in high school, and of course, I want them to go live their lives or whatever. But the idea of again, we can stay together, and that's just not a thing here as much as it is in other countries where they take care of their elder. Like in Asian countries, they're living with grandma, great grandma, and
multi-generational households and stuff. And I noticed it a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
You can go. Me? Oh, he made me remember in my, when I used to live in Peru, I used to live in a block, right? That's the funny part. My grandmother, all the family from my grandmother and my grandparents used to live in that block and the other 2 blocks. So you went out to the house and everything was like good morning, as Ulises said, good morning, good afternoon. That was the generation that my family grew up. But then I don't know when in time everything changed. Nobody wanted to do it anymore. But I agree with that. There is other communities that still do that. In my head, I still want to do that.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking. I especially noticed that moving here to the Northwest versus I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, over in the South. And it's a little bit more like y'all were saying. Like half my family all lives on the same street in like Alabama. Everybody throw a rock. You hit somebody I know. You walk out the front doors. Hey, how are you? You come to the house. You say hey to my mama first, or else you can just go out. You ain't coming to hang out here. But it's like everybody hanging out. And if you walk by, oh, you want something? You want something to eat? You want something to drink? Let's chill and, be friendly. Then I moved here to Northwest and I'm like, oh, wow, I love your boots. And like people look at me like, are you talking to me? Like, get away from me. I was like, weirdo. Those are nice boots. Whatever. Yeah, don't steal my boots. They're clutching their purse. I'm like, okay.
And you didn't even mention the portions. Even in other place here, the portions are small. They stay in my thought. I'm like, what? In my place, they used to give you like a big one so you can have it, and you will be like, oh, cannot, let me bring it home.
They're super health conscious here.
Even in clubs, if you go to a club here, I don't really go out too much, but sometimes my friends are like, hey, Ulises, let's go for a drink or anything. If you go to a club, I went to this club right here in Uptown, like the Rancho del Daisy. Yeah.
Daisy Ranch?
Yeah, and my friend's like, hey, let's go. Like, no, I don't like it, though. I don't like people, oh, come on, okay. So I have a couple beers, and I was dancing with my friends and everything. So there was a group of girls, and other people, and I started to play around, and they just move, they just what is this guy going? Man, I'm just dancing and making fun, I'm being goofy, It's what you do in clubs. You dance and you socialize, and you come to a club to do that. No, they just keep in the group that they are, and they just close the group, and nobody external can go there. And it's like, even in a club, it's like that. geez, like, yeah, I should go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when a Trump supporter told me, go back to your country, sir, I'm going to do it. Don't worry about it. You can stay in your shitty place. I'm going to leave. So
You wait long enough, they'll give you a free ride back.
Yeah.
Or we'll try to.
I already make enough money to live well there and wealthy. And guess what? Free healthcare.
Oh, okay. I'm a little curious as far as Peruvian music. I cannot tell you. I mean, I would just assume it was a variation of other Latin or island sort of musics. But what can you tell me about Peruvian music?
Well-
And who's the hottest rapper, or who's not the rapper? Who's the biggest music star, or who's your Michael Jackson? Who's your Elvis?
From Peru, I would say Creole music is what actually make us. I grew up, like as I said before, with my grandmother dancing this amazing waltz that you do in circles, and then you change partners with the other lady who's old, but you only cut and you go like circles in the ballrooms. So for me, if I would give you like, I would say that even today, I'm gonna suggest you to hear Carmencita Lara, Amigo. In English, it means friend. And I would say amigo. Yeah, I think that's
It's a
nice.
gringo, it's a gringo
mix.
word, bro.
Yeah,
Amigo.
amigo.
Bro, if you want to know like a Peruvian rapper, man, Santiago Insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Santiago Insane is Peruvian and he's one of the best rappers on Peru right now. So conscious, so poetic, and the beats are really good. You know, like I love it kind of rap for all the Latin America. It's really good. We have so much revolutionary blood.
I still think that I'm a little bit unfortunate, because I lived like my country when I was in my 20s. So I didn't like went out a lot, like to concerts or like to many nice music events. But I was able to get like, well, Latin America, reggaeton. We all know that. I was able to get some of that, but I wish that I could be there and I could enjoy some old classic music. I think that actually is what I like. I took music classes in school. It was amazing how diverse the world is. My teacher knows Carmencita Lara. He knows that music. And I was like, how come my music teacher, who is really, really, really white, he knows,
How do you know this?
knows my music? And I was like, oh my gosh.
Appropriation.
Yeah. And you know what? It was even crazier. He had a PhD with maths, but he was the music teacher. So that was so funny. That was super funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So like,
Buenos
yeah,
dias.
classical music.
Yes, sir. You're welcome in. Hey there.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Nice. No, we were just talking about Sergio's musical background and interests.
Oh, right.
Coming from Peruvian music.
Yeah.
Creole, you know that now.
Wendy Zulka, papa.
Wendy Su.
Cerveza.
So,
Quiero
this-
beber.
we love cumbia, we love Creole music, but yeah. I mean, if you type cumbia Peru, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's not that hard.
Because I was saying, like if you told me to name some Mexican genres or music, I can give you 3 or 4. I cannot think of like what is Peruvian music.
You know what?
And again, who is the who's the Elvis of Peru? Who's the Whitney Houston of Peru or whatever?
That's a little bit hard, because many of the songs that people actually try to sing nowadays, it's like they are just doing their own thing. Like the music is already there, they just make it theirs, if that makes sense.
Okay.
They change the swing, they change the raps. At the end of the day, it's the same lyrics, but different song. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure that you're gonna find good music.
All right, so I'm a 41-year-old Mexican man, right? I was born here. Both my parents are Mexican. My mom was born in Texas. My dad was born in Mexico, but they're both full-blooded Mexican. Neither of them bothered to teach me Spanish.
Pero no hablas español.
Yeah, so I have no accent. On top of like in the Northwest, we have like no accent anyway. We all just sound like newscasters or some shit. So I have no, and for the longest time, you just sit there, hang your head down when people, oh, why don't you speak Spanish? And then one day I'm like, you know what? I didn't teach myself to talk. Both my parents are fluent. None of those hoes decided to share that with me. You know what I'm saying? and then they would, and then eventually, my mom would, also just kind of join in with the, no, you don't know. And I'm like, when I got older, I got a little more dramatic about it, and I felt like they robbed me of my culture. Because I'm like, because I had a resentment of like my classmates who couldn't speak English too well, right? And there was that, even though we were both, we were the same person, but because, I spoke too white and he didn't speak white enough, we hated each other, or resented each other, we made fun of each other. You know what I'm saying? And as I gotten older, I stopped being resentful of, because again, I couldn't help it. And by the time I really cared to, I felt like I can't start learning Spanish in my 30s. I probably could, but yeah, I know I still can. But there was that thing after a while that I'm like, why does everybody give me shit? I do get some of my mom's reasoning, because she had her parents would get her in trouble or hit her for speaking English in the home. And then she goes to school and everybody makes fun of her because she can't speak English. And I think my mom wanted to save me from that trauma. But I'm like, the world is a different place and you could have helped me out a lot being bilingual. And I wouldn't have to date so many white girls.
Sometimes it's like a protection,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Always about that. I mean, I heard about that often, when I talk with different young students of people my age. They say I don't speak Spanish because my mom told me she wanted to protect me.
Yeah.
Protect me for being discriminated, because a lot of Mexicans, for example, my blood is a little bit Lebanese and a little bit Mexican.
Right.
So people, I went to this Turkish cafe and they talked to me mashallah, and I was like, no, hold on, Mexican, no. We have some different blood. So for Mexicans, they have kids, they look white or they look not Mexican, and they say don't speak Spanish. You're gonna have a chance, to success a little bit more than the actually brown people, So I heard about that a lot to people that we're protecting you, so don't speak that language.
Yeah. But it's funny, but now you make more money if you're bilingual.
Yeah, that's right. But the kind of the situation that or those parents live when they came to the U.S., when the Bracero program starts working on different places and be discriminated and being part of the abusive system, they did it like that. Sometimes, if you wanna learn, just learn it, and at some point you have to have the capability, capacidad, how you say capability? Capability to understand that it's now your work to get into that position that you can start learning by yourself, be responsible by yourself. I think that, is my point of view. I don't know,
I think I have a few more years of blaming my parents before I'll try to start learning Spanish, though.
Mature, you goddamn it.
At this point, Miguel, we're all making fun of you because Duolingo's been out for years now. And I don't know, I feel like that comes full circle back to what you guys were saying about one of the huge points for Alcon Media is trying to level the playing field and really bring out what you said. You make more money if you're bilingual, if anything. So let's go ahead and translate this information, get it to the Spanish speaking communities as well. And then, we're presenting equal opportunities and leveling the playing field so there's no language barriers. I see that.
Yeah, we can have German now, man.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know why people still profile, many other folks that speak another languages. And it's not only Latin American; it's also with the black folks. They came from Africa, and they don't speak French because that's a big misunderstanding. Right. But they speak dialects. In Africa, there is a lot of tribes, so every single one speak differently. But it's about to embrace it, and hey. The more language you speak, the more money you will get. So at the end of the day, as you guys said, it's really important to embrace your language, your heritage, and speak up.
Yeah.
Can you roll your R's, by the way?
No, not at all.
Don't tell me
I know. I'm sorry. But no, yeah, I was... For the longest time, I resented y'all, or I resented, for not. And then I realized, bitch, they're trying to speak two languages. You can only speak one. And you're over here hey, don't say pexy. Fuck you, Or even though my dad's got a thick accent. And he was talking about the car, the Ford Explorer. And he's like, I'm getting an Exploder. And, I was just the Ford Exploder. Because his accent, it sounded like that. And, I wouldn't make fun of him about it, but I would use that as a joke to other people. Hey, you Exploder and Pepsi and Spray, all those things, But then I realized they already know an entire language, which is all I know, and they're trying to do a whole nother one, and I'm being a fucking asshole about it.
Yeah,
because,
you were.
The bullying is good. Bullying is good sometimes. So you can fix your English and your accent, you know?
But no, that's that's something I didn't want to touch on because it's been an ongoing thing, you know, being brown. I've once somebody approached me on the street and he's like, you know, hola, you know, what is your name? I'm like, oh, my name is Miguel Ortiz, and he's like, oh, hey, you speak Spanish? And I'm like, no, are you gonna shame me right now? I straight up called it, and he caught himself. He's like, oh no, I know a lot of people like who look like us but don't speak Spanish. Like just like the reverse, you know. Thing, and I was just like, and then he tried to hand me a pamphlet for Jehovah's Witness or something like that.
So you learn how to reverse that.
No, Morris. I called him out. I'm like, you're about to talk shit to me and tell me, you know, why don't you know Spanish? But I cut him off.
Like every time, like, Mom, see, why you never teach me Spanish? You know, I hate ya.
Like I'm learning Chinese. Low-key, my wife can speak pretty good Chinese, like household stuff with her parents. But I started learning it so I can talk to my parents-in-law, and I know just about as much as her. And I'm teaching her stuff, and we're like learning the language together. Working with Spanish. She has family that moved from China to Mexico City, and so at one point I knew more Spanish than I knew Chinese. So I was talking to her Chinese Mexican aunt in Spanish. Everybody else in the household talking Chinese to each other and looking at us.
Right.
It's a gift to be able to speak anything more than one language, especially like your home, your native language. Like anything more than that is really a gift.
So, actually, before we forget, how could people find you guys like on social media? Or I know a lot of your radio stations are terrestrial, right? They are internet radio. You actually tune into them on the old-fashioned radio.
Yep, we have 7 FM frequencies right now working on air. You know, from Mexican music to Central American music to Latin music and reggaeton and country and a lot of weird stuff there. And
Are all the
actually,
stations music-based, or do you have some that are just like news and
no, we have
information?
all this music and a combination of music and live shows.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we have certain schedule for live shows, and all the time it's playing music. It's a good thing, you know. And radio spots is just from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. So from 7 p.m. to 5 in the morning, just music. So if you're in your car crying, you can play Mariah Carey there with no ads, you know. You don't have to pay anything. Yeah. Well, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, like Alcon Media, ALCON Media LLC. And there you can find the other pages that we got, like every station page, El Bol Informativo is the news channel. And you can find us on YouTube too. You can find us on any platform. Actually, you can read about us on Tumbleweed magazine too.
Right.
You know, the section in the end is El Bol Informativo, so you can find poetry. You can find a lot of good stuff there. You know, one of my favorite writers who is in charge of my writers from Mexico is Sara Batalla. Sara Batalla, she's been working for me for 1 year, and she wrote physics poetry, you know. She combined poetry and physics, and she do like this kind of essays when she make a comparison of every physical quantic law with the philosophy of life, and it's impressive. I love her. I love his content. I recommend to you guys go to Tumbleweed and take a look on Sara
Like the
Batalla.
second half of the magazine, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take a look on Sara Batalla. It's in English and Spanish. I translate everything from Spanish to English for that section, so you can find a bilingual content there.
Right.
And if you don't speak another language, let me know, and we can find somebody. We have German, Chinese, we have Portuguese, Spanish, and French.
And by the way, we do have the bound house of B in the house. Any extra languages, y'all? Just English?
Languages, guys?
Nothing?
Any from Game of Thrones or the Lord of the Rings? Neither. Yeah?
Klingon? Anybody speak Klingon?
Klingon. Star Trek thing, you know.
Yeah.
And almost there, right?
I guess what do you anticipate is the future of Alcon Media, or your role in it, or maybe specifically 2025?
But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Again, I've been thinking to go back to my country. It's one of the things that I want to do. I really feel like you can have my job. Yeah.
No, can I have your job? Does it come with that suit? You look so good, dude.
Always.
Right.
It's a good thing to be.
Just for everybody's information here, Ulises is our best guest best dressed guest ever so far. Sorry, House
So
of B.
I'm gonna have an award or something like that.
We'll see at the end of the year. We'll give out the
award.
Mixie Awards if you're still in the country.
The best tuxedo. Again, like Alcon Media is gonna keep going. Alcon Media is gonna keep going with the projects, with news. Right now we're working in this project where we're gonna break down fake news from Donald Trump. So we're gonna be like there. We're gonna have every. We're gonna have Sergio and somebody else looking news all day everywhere, and just like, I hope so you don't get sick of your brain, man. You'll be like, Fox News.
I think that's very important because I think like some social media things are like stopping doing their fact checking as being part of their. And I mean, it's even with fact checking, people will believe whatever the fuck they want.
Yes.
So having real news and information getting out there is important.
Yeah, so it's the plan, the main goal for 2025, breaking news, help people to learn about the reality check of immigration, because there's a lot of fake news. Again, people, media companies want to panic community, and a lot of lawyers, immigration lawyers, they want to access to that money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Fear mongering.
So fear money, you know, and so we want to provide resources where our community can get informed. And they can have some critical thinking by themselves, you know. They can realize that guy is just trying to pocket, you know, they go to the deep pocket. So we want to work on that for 2025 for immigration, fake news, and again, a safe space for LGBTQ community and Latino community and other communities too, because it's really important. And I mean, when I go back to Mexico, I will be working from there too, you know, keep working with me, with, you know, freelance and everything, but I want to be still doing, funding and grants for non-profit organizations. And see if you guys know somebody who needs funding, I know how to do grant writing and everything like that, because I want to support more non-profit organizations and foundations and companies too, right? And I want to keep going with Clandestino course, because it's philosophy and art.
I wanted you to mention your podcast again. To let everybody know, it's on all stream anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah, any platform you can find Clandestino course.
I'm sorry. Tell me the name of your podcast one more time.
Clandestino course.
Clandestino.
With K.
Yeah, with K.
Clandestino.
Yeah, Clandestino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I came here in clandestinity, so.
Okay.
So yeah, and I want to keep going that. I'm already talking with Canal 7 Mexico. It's a public TV channel in Mexico.
Oh yeah, you guys have posted some about that. I saw you were doing a whole bunch of cool. Is that why you were dressed so nice today? I'm sorry, I've talked about your clothes like 1,000 times.
I always dress really good.
Okay, no, because I remember you were doing some green screen or making some sort of announcement of working with the television station or something.
Yeah, the television station is him. It's a studio for him.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I'm really working with Canal 7 and Canal 11 for Mexico. There's a public broadcasting in Mexico, and trying to get my content and create content for them, so I can provide resources from Mexico to immigrants here in the U.S. So, for example, help to support mental issues crisis, economical crisis. If they get deported, that have a safe place to travel back to their to the state or the city or they've come from. Right. I want to be the person who can provide resources from Mexico to Mexicans here, so they can actually have a comeback, a safe comeback to Mexico if they get deported or something.
Right.
Yeah, this is gonna be my work.
Sergio, do you have any like social medias or anything that you'd like to put out there and follow? Maybe try to get a girlfriend before you go back to Peru.
Please.
I need my green card.
I thought you wanted to go back.
I'm just saying. Nah. I would like to tell everybody to follow El Vuelo Informativo, to follow Alcon Media and all the webpages that we have. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even Twitter. Yeah. So
fuck X, man.
Fuck. So please just follow us, support us, and yeah, that's what we will do.
All right.
He's gonna be be doing really great things for the community too. I can see it. He's gonna turn into a pretty good journalist.
Actually, there is one question I did forget to ask y'all. What specifically brought you to the Tri-Cities? You said you were in Seattle before. You said you were all over the place. So what? Oh, you brought him to see? Oh, okay.
I grab him down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's your fault that he's here. So what brought you here?
A Thailand girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Her name was Lily, and she used to paint, and I came here because she told me to come here because in that time I was a poet. I was
Well,
on
I thought you were
poetry.
gonna start spitting a poem right now, man.
And I was a poet, and I was in love with this chick, and she told me to came here, and I did it. And we broke up, and she moved to Colorado, and I had to stay here. I had to stay here.
Well, I'd say you've made the
Ouch.
best of it, man. That's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that was love. I was horny too.
Parting words or words of wisdom or like advice you would give, 15-year-old Ulises or 15-year-old Sergio. And you can do it in Spanish or English or whatever.
I mean, maybe I would tell myself to just go for it and, don't be like, hey, I cannot do it. Because when I first came to the United States, I'm skinny. When I first came here, I was really, really, really skinny, and I work at construction. So it's not about thinking in your brain you're gonna do it. It's about imagining yourself already doing it. Just do it.
Okay.
I love that.
I survived, so
Yeah.
That's
That's
hot.
some Jordan Peterson shit. Now, for me, I want to tell, for real, I want to tell every young guy right now, they are doing art or they are trying to make a project. It's just do it, and man, wake up and try to change something around yourself, because it's really important right now. We are in everything against to us, and violence and shit is not gonna fix anything. Just work and something that can make a positive impact on your community all the time, and the money's gonna come after that,
Right.
When I started this, I quit my job and fucking Fat Olives because guy was really racist, and I quit my only job and I started to do my podcast, and I was scared about not making money and not paying my bills, but I just keep my ass working on this producing, and I had my first grant from Brett Spooner from Graves Law.
Okay.
He helped me to support my first project, and I will able to pay rent with that, and for a couple months, and keep producing and keep growing and learning, educating myself, reading a lot of books, and sometimes don't think about the money, think about the project. Just the project, keep digging, and the money is gonna get after that. You're gonna get the money after that to survive and go slow. Rich is not about the money, rich is about the how you feel.
Right. That was great. Well, again, this is Tri-Cities Mixtape. Thank you, Ulises and Sergio
Muchas
from
gracias.
Alcon y Mira.
Muchas gracias por esta oportunidad de estar aquí. Me siento muy feliz. Gracias a Miguel, a todos ustedes, brothers. Y hay que seguir trabajando duro, hay que seguir echándole ganas, porque en esta vida, el que no nació para morir, que no se viva.
Estuvo buena. Nice. He did like a wordplay. Nah, that's good. Me gustaría decirle, para comenzar, muchísimas gracias por haberme invitado. Pues yo también me siento bastante contento de estar acá, agradecido más que todo, y de sentirme en casa, porque el ambiente lo hicieron sentir muy cómodo. Me he sentido, pues, como yo hago radio, pues me grabo, me siento muy incómodo bastantes veces, él me lo ha dicho. Bájale. Pero con ustedes me he sentido bastante cómodo. Les agradezco the good vibes, les agradezco las buenas vibras.
You want me to do my part in Spanish too?
It's like a sign off.
Come on.
All right.
Arrebato. Oh, my pick of the weekend is a Fonozis band. They are from Yakima. They are a bunch of Mexicans playing rock. And the song that I like to play from them is La Castañeda. It's a really interesting song because it's about this asylum in Mexico from the 1920s. They used to capture from the revolution, they used to capture all mental illness people and just leaving them there. So that song is about it. It's a little creepy, but it's pretty good.
for my pick this week, I have chosen Extermina by Cyclone. They are a local hardcore band at in the Tri-Cities. They have been knocking the socks off this town. The kids love them. The parents love them. I don't know, you might want to hide your wife because these guys are coming in. They're putting holes in our walls.
They're all named Kyle.
Hey, they're all named Kyle. They might as well be. But nah, these guys they've been working really hard, and honestly, the entire Northwest loves them. It's been a great reception. They've played Chicago. They're starting to play all around, and they're catching like wildfire. If you're in the Tri-Cities, then you know that that's something serious. So, Extermina.
Chicanos killing Chicanos is what they want. Blacks and Chicanos killing each other is what they want. That's how they run this place. Once we get together, they don't look like shit.
¿Sabe lo que es, güey? Cyclone, la banda más chingona desde el lado de los 395. Manos arriba, puto, enséñame lo que quieres. Cuenta letra, búscalas y encuentras sentimientos amargos. Te cuentarán, oh gato. Llegó la policía, pinche puerco maldito.